I was painting in the village. I took a studio on the Lower East Side and Avenue C or something like that. I remember it was over a cemetery, about a 4-floor walk-up. And I stayed in it all day and night. I came home at, again, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And it doesn't sound like it, but we were really close family. This was a hard time. We were spending 2 hours or so together a day. And I'm painting away like mad. And Barbie said, you ought to show your canvases somewhere. And I said, really? So there was an outdoor show going on, which is a very well-known thing in New York City or in the States, the Village Outdoor Show. So I went in there, and they said all their places were occupied. And I thought in a way they were saying, nah, we don't, you know, you don't pass our muster or something like that. I don't know. And I said, well, if I find this place is not occupied, could I use it? And they sort of laughed, you know. And there was a law school wall at Bleecker and 3rd, part of the NYU Law School. A big mother brick wall, and nothing on it, of course. I came back and I said, listen, there's a brick wall down there. And he said, yeah, but you can't hang anything on it. It would deface the wall. I said, if I hang things on it and I don't put any nails in at all and don't deface anything at all, can I hang on it? Yeah, sure. Well, let me tell you, I hung 4x6 canvases with gaffer's tape over, crisscross, back and forth and out and so on, and holding a 10-foot or 4x6-foot canvas, which had to weigh 20 pounds, 25 pounds, but you hold, what the hell, you put lights up and everything else. And I got away with it, and I sold some canvases. And right up this wall, and with a big ladder, I had maybe 10 canvases on the one wall. As I say, I know how to get along. Fortunately, I never would have made it an art if I just wasn't loose on my feet and I came up with some ideas. The story, though, is really back in we're in Spain probably 4 or 5 years, and I came in. I had a gallery up on Madison Avenue by that time, a Hollander gallery, and we were opening up in Soho. And I was wandering around the village, and I came up to the brick wall. Now, this son of a bitch, way up there's 2 or 3 pieces of gaffer tape from like 7 years before that are still on the wall. I took some pictures of it and just smiled. All right. What I'm going to do here is gather a few materials and then get down to the meat of the matter, which is painting something. This is as much the story as anything. Yeah. They're neat painters, and then they're slobs. When I was in New York, on one of these trips out of Spain to my New York gallery, and I was sitting in the gallery. It usually happened because whoever was running the gallery didn't pay the rent or absconded with the paintings or something like that, yeah. So I'm sitting in the gallery and somebody comes in, he's looking around, and he says, well, you probably don't know who I am. Yeah, sure, Norman Rockwell. I don't know who he is, I mean, he's got one of those faces that look exactly like Norman Rockwell. And he said, I think you're really very loose now, and free. And I've got a commission, I think it was during before Nixon's coming in. There were 2 people running, Nixon and whoever else. And whoever is going to be the president, I have the commission to do a series on freedom, right? And he said, I'm not really very free. I'm a lot of things, I can do a lot of good painting, but I'm not free. And, your things are very free. And he bought about 15 drawings from me. And I said I was going up to Canada where somebody was starting a Hollander gallery up there, and that I was going up in about 5 days. He said, well, when you take a shortcut, I'll send a car down and come on up to my studio. Somewhere in Connecticut, or I don't know where, the house that shows in all of his paintings. And come up and work with me for a while and show me how some of this freedom is. And I said, I thought he was kidding. No, he said, no, no. And to make it a little sweeter, it was going to be $1,000 a day. So somehow or other, I got talked into it, right? So he sends a car down, and I go up, and I walk into his studio, and there's this wooden floor, and the studio looks exactly like in the paintings and whatnot. And there's this absolute pristine, pure wooden floor, and an easel, and there's his brushes, and every brush looked like it had just, was virgin clean and standing up straight, and everything is neat and collected and whatnot. And there's the cavity up there, the easel, and on the easel is that double portrait he's very famous for. And there was a projector, projecting. That's what, illustrator artists do. They project the image and then work it. It's not copying, but it's just one of those things. So I said, how do you want me to do this? He said, any way you want. You got a lot of newspaper or a big cloth, cover up this floor because I'm going to paint, and it's going to be loaded with painting, and paint and whatnot. So that's what we did. We covered up the whole floor. He's down on his knees and whatnot. And we're taping like that. And I painted about 6 or 7 paintings and whatnot with water flying and paint and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I want them all, and so on. He said, I'll give you what I'm going to do for either Nixon or whoever it was and whatnot. And you get all the sketches and this and that, and when the time comes, then it's probably going to have a value. I never got them. But that's beside the point, it doesn't make any difference really. But it's quite a story. No, I have to smile. You don't know who I am, but
yeah, I do.
Anyway. All right. What are we going to do? I don't know. Everybody duck. Whoop. Just want to go flying.
Requested women are coming out.
Hi, guys.
We've been banished long enough.
You can sit on the couch. Just
Huh?
gotta keep quiet, that's all.
Are we shooting?
Yeah.
Okay. I need some black. I don't. You maybe get paint anywhere. I'll try not, but. Outside, Brendan, there's that can of white gesso that I was using before. Could you bring it in, please? Thank you. And there's also, I need something, there's a couple of small pots and whatnot on that table in there. There's also a paint container, with about 15 different things, a pie maker or something or other, if you know what I mean.